But the last couple of things I want to talk about, we have, we're moving towards a very portable technology, very mobile technology, or a mobile way of life, so to speak, right? So now everything is available on our phones. So instead of a computer, instead of these bulky computing devices that sit on top of our desks and whatnot, we can carry our computers in our pockets, and that's something called a smartphone, right? So what is a smartphone? A smartphone is a device that basically is a computer that has phoning capabilities. So I have on the screen right now, there's an iPhone on the left and a Galaxy Android phone on the right. Both of these are touchscreen devices. And how do they work? They have, excuse me.
You want a drink?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Want a cough drop?
No, I'm good. So the way that these work is they have different functions and features. They do different things, a lot of different things. So now we're able to kind of move into a world where we have one device that does a bunch of different things, right? So you can identify your money, or you can identify color or objects. You can read books and listen to music and surf the web and check your email all on one device. And that's what a smartphone does. A smartphone is something that does all of those things, yeah? And then there's what we call typical, or what my colleague Lynette told me is referred to as a feature phone, right? So I have another phone right here now. This is called the Odin VI. And the Odin is a really bright orange. I call it traffic cone orange. And it's a slide phone. So the screen slides up and reveals a numeric keypad underneath. This phone has speech technology, so it speaks the numbers, it speaks your contacts, it'll read your text messages to you, right? It'll do all the things that you need it to do, except it doesn't do email and it doesn't do web surfing and it doesn't have apps. But it has these basic features for people who want to just have a phone. I get plenty of people, they come in and they tell me, Gus, I just want a phone. Can I just get a phone that doesn't cost $800, right? Because that's what an iPhone costs. If you really think about it, you can buy a new iPhone on contract for $200, but if you bought it straight out from the Apple Store, you're going to pay about upwards of $650 for them. So they're expensive. So how do I get a phone that's just a phone? That's the difference between smartphone and feature phones. I typically call them dumb phones, but they're not dumb phones. They're still sophisticated devices, but they just don't do all those added things. And sometimes they're a lot lighter in the pocket, right? In terms of finances, because you don't have to pay for the extra usage of data, right? What is data? Anybody?
Information.
What is data as it relates to cell phone usage?
Oh, it's your contact.
Nope. Data is the exchange of information that is done, that occurs when it comes to web browsing, internet surfing, email, using certain apps, music, right? This is a separate thing from your phone service. Your phone, for those of you who have a smartphone like an iPhone, you'll notice that at the very top, there are two indicators. One indicator, there are two level indicators. One is for your phone signal, and the other one is for your data signal. The phone signal is where your phone calls and your text messages travel through, right? And your data signal is where everything else travels through. So if you have one of these phones, it could cost you some money to run a lot of these programs. So a feature phone like our little Odin VI here, which is really lovely and nifty, doesn't require data connection. So you can just have a phone connection, which is obviously going to be considerably cheaper, because I think just for my data, I pay upwards of $30, $35 a month for my phone, for my iPhone, right?
So
Yes.
I'm a little confused
Sure.
about what data is. Is it information that?
Data is the measure of usage that you have exchanging information between your device and the ether, or the cloud as they call it. So, does anybody know what the cloud is?
Email?
Email counts as data usage, yeah. Email will count towards your data usage.
What about
Surfing the-
music?
If you're streaming it, yes. Like if you're using a product like Pandora, are you guys familiar with Pandora?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Pandora is a product that allows you to create radio stations based on a particular song or a particular artist or a genre of music, and then it is streamed onto your device or onto your computer from the internet. Now on your computer from the internet, not a big deal because you're connected to the internet all the time, right? Most of us, except those who have dial-up, which I don't think many
I
do.
think I do. I
Not
don't know
many.
what I have.
But if you're on the phone, if you're on a mobile device, then you're connecting to data by some manner. So you could be connecting through Wi-Fi, right, at home, which is factored into your standard cost of internet at home, right? Or you can be doing it through what they call a data plan. So that's something else, some additional fee service fee service that you have to purchase through a provider like AT&T or Verizon or Sprint or whoever.
Right.
Okay, so it's kind of, what kind of phone do you have, Ellie?
I have Verizon.
What kind of phone?
Oh, I
Hmm?
I have an iPhone.
Yeah, so your iPhone, if you notice at the very top of your iPhone, on the upper left side, there's going to be a number of, I think, up to 5 bars measuring your signal for your phone, right? And then a couple of spaces over to the right, it'll say 3G or 4G or LTE or something like that. That's your data plan, okay? Or that's the indicator for your data plan. Or when you connect to Wi-Fi at home, that LTE changes to up to 3 bars, right? So there's different ways of this information being depicted to you on the screen.